Today I'm sharing with you some meals that we love in the springtime. As always, they are very easy to make. They use ingredients you probably have or that you can get very easily. And I'm also going to share with you 2 dessert recipes using strawberries because I don't know about where you are in the world, but right now strawberries are ripe where we are. And I love making homemade strawberry ice cream and these other 2 desserts. I hope I give you some great inspiration for the coming week. Hey y'all, I'm Mandy, and this is Mandy in the Making.
So I found this recipe and it's like a 20-minute meal and it sounds so delicious. It is a honey sriracha chicken and broccoli. I'm gonna serve it, you can serve it with rice. I'm gonna serve it with cauliflower rice just to make it even healthier. This is gonna be the perfect portion for me and Steven for lunch. Let's get started. Okay, I've got these 2 broccoli florets. I'm just gonna cut these into bite-sized pieces. This is really the only chopping we have to do for this recipe, which is wonderful. So I've got this large skillet. It is heating to about medium high. It's almost there. I'm gonna add just a little bit of olive oil, maybe a tablespoon or so. And I've got all of our broccoli over here. We're going to place it here in the skillet and allow it to brown on one side for 1 to 2 minutes before we stir it around. So it's just starting to sizzle. We're gonna let this cook without touching it for a couple of minutes. I know this looks like a lot of ingredients, but every single bit of this I had on hand already. I had this in the pantry because we had used up a sweet chili sauce, but I knew we would need it. So I did not have to purchase any of this. So chances are if you like Asian inspired dishes, you have all of the ingredients you need. But let's make our sauce, and as always, I'm gonna double it. Okay, so the recipe calls for 1/4 cup of the sweet chili sauce. So I'm gonna do pretty much 1/2 cup. If you don't wanna double the sauce, don't double the sauce, but we really like things to be extra saucy. I need probably about 4 tablespoons of honey. So I'm just gonna eyeball this. We need 4 tablespoons of soy sauce. I'm not gonna eyeball this one. It says to use ground ginger, but I'm gonna use ginger paste, maybe just a couple of teaspoons. Very appetizing. And we're gonna use about, why did I open up the entire thing? Just this part, Mandy. About 4 tablespoons of sriracha. You can go less on this if you want to, if you don't like spice. It's not wanting to come out. That's never a good sign. We'll just do it this way. 2, 3. And I hear my broccoli. It's time for me to go turn that broccoli, so let's go do that. Okay, so it's been cooking for a couple of minutes. You see it's got some brown on the side that it was down on the pan. We're gonna let this continue to cook for another couple of minutes. I'm gonna add in some more olive oil just because I feel like it needs it. Okay, the last thing that I had to add was a little bit of sriracha and toasted sesame oil. I'm so sorry, y'all. I thought I hit record and I didn't. You need a couple of tablespoons of toasted sesame oil. And there is a difference between toasted and untoasted sesame oil, so it does make a difference. And then I added a couple of teaspoons of garlic powder, and then I whisked it together. And then I went to hit record to stop recording and realized I was just starting to record. It's fun times, y'all, fun times. Check the description box for the recipe because I know I screwed that up. Let's go over to the stove. We're gonna take this broccoli out of the skillet for now. I'm just gonna put it here on this plate and put this back on the stove. Add a little more olive oil, not a lot. We'll turn our heat down just a tad too, and we're gonna add in 1 pound of ground chicken. Okay, so our chicken is in. You wanna let it brown a little bit on one side, and then we're gonna try and flip it, keeping it intact, and then we'll chop it after it gets kind of browned on each side. I am gonna throw this cauliflower rice into the microwave. Okay, let's see if I can turn this over. Probably not. And it's really not that big a deal if it doesn't work out. All right, we'll let that brown on the other side, and then I'll start chopping it up here in just a second. Okay, I'm gonna let that cook the rest of the way through before we add in our sauce. Our chicken is fully cooked. Let's pour in this yummy sauce. We're gonna let it kind of thicken before we add our broccoli back in. So let's stir it around. You'll have to let me know below, do you always double the sauce when it comes to recipes? I never find that the recipe portion of sauce is enough. And I think too, we like to have extra sauce for our rice, or our cauliflower rice in this instant. We always double it. And if I forget to double it, I'm always sad. Our sauce is starting to thicken. So let's add our broccoli back in and let it get coated in the sauce as well. Very quick and easy lunch, especially if you pre-make the sauce and have that ready to go. My cauliflower rice just finished in the microwave, so I'm gonna grab that out. See, it soaked that sauce right up. I'm so glad I did double.
I've been kind of craving some Asian inspiration here.
Well, here you go.
Thank you. It looks good. See some sauce down in there. It's got that Asian flavor. I smell the spiciness of it. It's probably got some sugar in there somewhere. Something. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Here's the spice.
You got that spice.
Oh, man, that's good. What is that? Chicken?
It's chicken, ground chicken.
Wow. That's like the best ground chicken I've ever had. That is amazing flavors. Very authentic flavors, too.
Yes. Very much so.
Very tasty.
Well, good.
Wow, this is like an international delight.
You're a mess. Y'all, sweet and spicy. You can definitely taste the sweetness, but then that spiciness lingers after you swallow the food.
Yes.
You just have that heat.
Yes. This is amazing.
You're on camera. I didn't know if Cole would like it or not. Sometimes he's not as big on Asian dishes, but he loves it. He's been scarfing it down, so scarf. Is that a word?
Well, you can wear it on your neck.
Oh, is it a word like I'm using it? Is that a real thing or is that a Southern thing? Scarf it down?
I don't know, but I like it.
Do you ever say it?
I've been scarfing it down.
Do you ever say that?
I probably do.
Is that a Southern thing? I don't know. Y'all tell me below. Do y'all say that, scarfing it down? Or is that a Southern thing? Or is it just a Mandy thing? Because, you know, I've been known to have those too, so. Okay, that's enough of that.
I just had a little chat with Maggie Moo. If you are new here, Maggie Moo is our new cat, our little black panther. She doesn't really come in the kitchen very much, but she said, hey, when you reach 350,000 subscribers, I'm going to start showing up a whole lot more. So if you want more Maggie Moo content, be sure that you are subscribed.
I just went into my fridge and grabbed all the vegetables that we needed to cook up. We also had a package of chicken sausage. So at that point I was like, this is going to be a really easy and healthy dinner, and it's going to just take a few minutes to throw together. So I've got my large skillet heated to about medium-high heat. We're going to add some olive oil and about a tablespoon of butter. Let that melt down. The first thing I'm going to add are our potatoes. These are going to cook for 10 to 12 minutes. I'll turn the heat up a little bit more. And you can always add some more butter or oil as you need to, and we'll season these in just a second. Let's throw a little Italian seasoning on these. And some, you can do salt and pepper and garlic powder. I'm going to use Auntie Nono's. Now we're going to add in our chopped chicken sausage. We're just going to let the chicken sausage cook for 2 to 3 minutes before we add in our veggies. I'm going to add in a couple pats of butter. Let that melt down. And just a little more olive oil. And now let's add in our veggies. Got a lot of veggies here, but they were all going to go bad here soon if I didn't use them, so we'll just let this cook down for a few minutes. I'll also season it here in just a second. I'm going to put the lid on this to help it kind of steam down a little bit. We're going to add our potatoes back in. Lastly, we're going to throw in some Parmesan cheese.
You just add enough in there until it feels right?
Until it feels right, that's right. There's no measurements in this dish. This is a cook up all the food dish.
Cook what you have.
That's right. And that is dinner.
This looks amazing.
It does.
All kinds of veggies up in here. I mean, everything. Peppers and like a zucchini squash, meat, onions. The seasonings are incredible. Really, really, really good. Not, it's got that fresh, crisp,
Yeah.
you know, touch to it. It's really nice.
Yeah.
Italian seasonings go well with this, and the Parmesan cheese.
You know, this would be a great one during the summer if you go to a farmer's market and pick up all kinds of fresh veggies. Just make an easy skillet. Cole, are you enjoying it?
Very.
As soon as he saw his plate, he said, "Is there more in there?" Because this is his type of meal. He loves fresh veggies and all of that. So, all right. Well, I'm going to dig in. Princess. There's some Parmesan cheese in there. I'll get you some, okay? Can you give me a minute? This is so yummy. Stephen came up with a name for it. It does not flow very well, though.
Chicken sausage veggie medley.
Yeah, it doesn't flow very well.
Doesn't have too much flowage.
No, we don't have a good name for it. So if you have a good name for this, leave it below in the comments. But I highly recommend just going and checking your fridge, seeing what veggies you have in there, what you can throw together. This chicken sausage, we almost always have chicken sausage on hand, or kielbasa. That would be good in this as well. But this is delicious. I'm excited to give it a try. We have a certain way that we've made it for years. I want to branch out. But as far as the meat goes, I'm going to be making a queso chicken. I don't really have a recipe for this. We're just going to wing it. Chicken, wing it. Okay. So to get started, I'm going to marinate some chicken in some marinade. I've never tried this kind before. I didn't realize it was salt-free until I just now looked at it, but it's the Dash lime and garlic marinade. I've got a chicken breast, a very thick chicken breast that I've cut in half. It's just me and Steven here tonight. So I'm going to go ahead and get started on that and just let that marinate in the fridge for 30 minutes. I went to go pop this in the fridge and I just realized I didn't do what I always do, which is I kind of stab it a little bit just to let the marinade really get into it. I didn't use the whole bottle of marinade because it was just 2 pieces of chicken. I didn't need it. That marinade smells really good. So let's pop the lid on and I'll see y'all back in a little bit. Okay, it's been about an hour since I put that in the fridge. I'm gonna go ahead and get started on the Mexican rice, because the way I'm going to serve this is we're going to do like a bed of rice, do the chicken over top, and then the queso over top of that. So I want to get started on the rice, and then I'm going to cook the chicken in the air fryer. It would be great grilled, but just to cut time today, I'm going to use my air fryer. So let's get started. I have to tell you, one of the reasons why I chose a different recipe for Mexican rice this time was because I finally have this on hand. I used it in I believe in a subby supper last week. And I know that several people said that they use this in their Mexican rice. So I found a recipe that uses that. To get started, let's add just a couple of tablespoons of this vegetable oil to this pot. I am heating it to about medium high right now. Let's add in 1 cup of white rice. And we're just gonna cook this for several minutes until it turns kind of a golden color if possible. I haven't always been able to achieve that, but I'm going to stir it pretty much constantly and just let this toast up just a little bit before we do the rest. So my rice got a little bit toasty, got some color on it, which is exactly what I want. I've turned my heat down to about medium low. I've got 2 cups of warm water. We're going to pour this in. And then the recipe says to add 4 to 8 ounces of tomato sauce. So I'm going to use about half of it now. If we decide we want a little bit more, I'll add more. Apparently the recipe, the author said that some people said it was too saucy with 8 ounces, so I want to go less. We can always add more. We're going to add in 2 teaspoons of this tomato bouillon, a teaspoon of chili powder, and a couple of teaspoons of minced garlic. We're going to bring this up to a boil, so let me turn it back up. You just wanted to turn it down when you're adding in that water so it doesn't splatter too bad. Now that it's come back up to a boil, I'm going to stir it one good time. I'm going to cover it. And I'm going to reduce the heat to about almost all the way to low. And we're going to set the timer for 20 minutes. Okay, let's preheat our air fryer. So I'm just going to hit the preheat button and let it do its thing. Okay, this is nice and hot. I'm going to spray it with a little bit of oil. I love this oil mister. It is so nice. And let's just drop our chicken right down in there. Just a little bit more of that marinade on there because why not? Let's do 380, 12 minutes, and we'll check it at that point. And just so you know, I have this little cheat sheet on the side of my refrigerator. I've got this linked in my Amazon store, But I came over here to chicken boneless breasts, 380, 12 minutes. So that's kind of how I get my inspiration on how much time and what temperature to cook everything in the air fryer. Okay, so what we're doing is we're taking this white cheese dip that I got from the grocery store, and we're going to heat it, microwave it, just to get it to where it'll pour well over the chicken. Originally, I was gonna mix some Rotel or some green chilies with it, but we decided to chop up some fresh jalapeno that we're gonna put over top too. So this is gonna go in the microwave for like 30 seconds. Our timer just went off for the rice. That's perfection. I'm gonna remove it from the heat. Let me turn this off and let's just move it over here. I'm gonna fluff this up and we'll just let this sit for just a couple of minutes while we go check on our chicken. You always wanna check the temperature and make sure you're good. Yeah, we're perfect over here. That looks and smells amazing.
Wow. Wow. Tracy's like, wow. I'm telling you, this is amazing.
I'm so glad.
That sauce, that marinade that's on there.
Yeah, is it really good?
Yes, it's like this citrusy, little,
Yeah.
little like tangy, tart sort of flavor. And then that cheese with the rice. That's crazy good. This might be one of the top.
That's two nights in a row.
I'm telling you, this is really good. I mean, this is very...
I love how simple it is, but...
And the flavors are perfect.
Yeah,
like the flavors go really well with this kind of dish, with the Mexican rice.
Yeah.
I mean, that marinated chicken has that lime flavor, and the lime flavor with the
cheese and
with that Mexican rice and the cheese on top. It's jalapeno. I mean, man, that is
the jalapeno is what set it
good.
off for me. I love that crunch of the fresh jalapeno with the spice of it. It would be a go-backer if there was more chicken in there. He said just a second ago, he was like, "There's no more chicken."
But there's cheese and rice.
There is. It's on your nose, silly girl. You like the cheese dip?
This is very reminiscent of a dish you can find at most Mexican restaurants called, let's see if I can say this correctly, choripollo. So it's like chorizo and chicken, right? If you had some chorizo sauces, cook that up, put that on top of the rice, then the chicken on top of that, then the cheese.
Okay.
Oh man.
Well, we'll have to do that next time.
This is like Taco Tuesday without the tacos.
I'm telling you what, tomorrow might be Taco Wednesday.
Let's do it.
Dinner is in the crock pot, but I want to have dessert for later as well, so I'm gonna make that now. Let's get started on the pie crust. Okay, you need a 9-inch pie pan, but I'm pretty sure mine is a 10-inch, which might be part of the problem. So I say problem because my crust almost always falls apart. So you bakers out there who can give me some tips, I'm all ears. But we're just going to put everything here in the pie crust, or in the pie plate. I need 1.5 cups of all-purpose flour, 2 teaspoons of sugar, 1/2 teaspoon of salt. This is where I changed it up a little bit. I think it called for, it calls for 1 teaspoon of salt. We do about 1/2 teaspoon. 1/2 cup of vegetable oil. And lastly, 2 tablespoons of milk. I'm just gonna stir all of this together with a fork. Okay, and now we're just going to press this all around the bottom of the pan and starting up the sides, but like I mentioned, this is a little bit bigger pie plate, so I don't get it too far up the sides, unfortunately. It's just easier to do this with your hands. Okay, that's good enough. I should have been preheating my oven, but I forgot, so let me go turn the oven to 400. I wasn't even thinking about it. If you follow me on Instagram, you know I was able to pick up some fresh strawberries from a local produce stand. Strawberry season has hit. These are the very first ones, so I'm very excited about it. Me and my mom decided to split this really large container, this bucket. So I'm gonna wash up some strawberries and cut them, and then we were gonna put this in the oven. Still waiting on it to preheat. The oven just beeped. It is ready. Our pie crust is going in at 400 for 15 minutes or until it's like a light golden brown. Some of these are going to go kind of whole in the pie itself, and then others are going to be mashed up. Okay, this is a 4-cup measuring cup. I've got 4 cups of sliced strawberries in here. Some of these will go directly into the shell, and then the rest are just going to get mashed up. So technically I didn't have to slice up all of them, but it just makes it easier to measure for sure. Okay, we are still waiting on our pie crust to come out, but I'm going to put half of these strawberries into this saucepan, and we're going to put in 3/4 a cup of sugar. I also changed this. I thought the first time I made it, it was a little too sweet. I think it calls for a cup. So I do about 3/4 a cup. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and start mashing these up as much as I can, and then we will turn on the eye to medium, and we'll bring this to a boil. This meat masher is not just for meat. Okay, I'm gonna turn this to medium and let that start to heat up. Okay, our strawberries are almost up to a boil. Now what I'm gonna do is take 3 tablespoons of cornstarch and add it to 3/4 a cup of water. Stir it around really good. And we're gonna add this into the strawberries once they come up to a boil. And this will just make it thicken. It'll probably take 5 to 10 minutes for it to thicken really well. And then we'll just pour it in here. Okay, it is boiling. Let's add this in. Once I add it in, I am gonna reduce the heat, and we're gonna stir it pretty much constantly. Let's turn the heat down to medium-low and start stirring. So I totally forgot, I've got to put these other strawberries on the bottom, so Steven's gonna handle that for me so I can go back over there and stir. There you go, just kind of spread that out. Thank you. Okay, this has thickened. I don't know if you can tell, but it has. So that means it's ready to go in the pie shell. Okay, y'all, it's done. This pie plate is still very hot, so I'm gonna put on my oven mitts, stick this in the fridge. It just needs to chill for several hours. I don't know that we'll try it tonight because it's already almost 5 o'clock, and we don't like to eat sugar very late because it keeps us up because we're old. # old. So I may have to try this tomorrow for y'all, but that's fine because tomorrow is Thursday. I still have time to get this in my what's for dinner, but we've had it numerous times. It's good, I promise. Okay, y'all, it is the next day. This has set up. Let's give it a try. It did not crumble as bad as I expected it to. I mean, check that out. Maybe I'm getting better at it. Normally, I just make our own whipped cream because I really enjoy that, but we already have this on hand and I need to be using it up. I got it for coffee, but since we have it, might as well use it, right? That might be a little overkill, but it'd be all right. I'm so excited. My mouth is watering. Steven is on phone calls all day today, so he's not going to be able to do a taste test with me. This strawberry pie is amazing. It's the first thing I want to do as soon as we get strawberries every year. Well, I'll say every year from now on. Last year was my first time making it, and it was trial and error when I first started because the first couple were not that great. Yes, I said first couple. We went through a lot of strawberries last year. Let me just tell you a little backstory. Steven's dad lived on a road that at the end of the road there's a strawberry patch. It's not a huge one, but they do sell strawberries. And he was always one of their first customers every season. He got so excited. And he would call us up and say, "Hey, I got strawberries, come get some." So this year, getting strawberries the first time was very bittersweet because usually we got our strawberries from Papa. So this strawberry pie is in honor of Steven's dad. If you've been around for a minute, you know I am not the best baker. And honestly, I haven't given it a lot of effort over the years. It's one of those things that definitely does not come natural to me. But when I saw this recipe and she said you can use a store-bought angel food cake, sign me up. So you can definitely make your own angel food cake for this recipe, but this is a strawberry angel food cake, which just so happens to be one of Stephen's favorite desserts. This recipe comes from Sheila. Sheila says that she is a mother to 2 grown children and she has 2 grandsons. She was a CNA for 30 years and now she does home care. Her hobby is to cook and bake. She lives in Montana, but she was born and raised in Indiana. In her recipe that she sent me, she typed out, she said, "My family and friends love this dessert. Sorry, Steve, it has cream cheese in it. But hey, it's dessert, so it's okay." So she definitely knows us very well because Stephen does not like cream cheese. But I have found several recipes lately that have just a little bit of cream cheese in it, and he's been totally fine, so... Oh, if you're wondering how to submit a subby supper, just check my description box. I have a Google form linked there, and you go in and just fill out all the information. Last I checked, we had almost 600 entries on that Google form, so it takes me a while to go through it. What I'm doing now is unwrapping this 8 ounces of cream cheese. It needs to be softened, so I'm gonna stick it on a plate and put it in the microwave really quickly. Okay, I have a button on my microwave that says soften cream cheese, and it works wonderfully, so let's do that. Okay, and the first thing you're gonna do is take your angel food cake, whether you made it or the store made it, and you're gonna tear it into pieces and put it in a 9x13 pan. That looks pretty good. Let me wash my hands. She said to use a quart of strawberries. We're just gonna slice them into this bowl here. These are not the best strawberries. I did not have time to go to one of the nearest farms, strawberry farms, and get some, so I got these from the grocery store, and these are fine any other time of year, but when it's strawberry season, I much prefer going and getting really fresh ones from the strawberry farms because they aren't as white on the inside. They're like red all the way through. So much sweeter. But it's gonna be okay, and you'll see why. Now we're gonna add a can of strawberry pie filling. Be quiet. The microwave is fussing at me. So let's just add this in here, and we're just gonna mix it all to combine it. She did say if you wanted to put a little sugar on your strawberries, you can, but I knew there was plenty of sugar in this pie filling, so I didn't add that, but you can if you would like. Okay, let's just mix all of that together. I like how we are mixing the fresh with the canned. That's really cool. Next, I've got this small bowl here. We're gonna add our softened cream cheese, and we're gonna mix this until it's good and creamy before we add in some powdered sugar. Now I have 1 cup of powdered sugar. I'm gonna add that in, and we're gonna beat that together until it's creamy. Beautiful. Now let's start to layer all of this. So we have our layer of angel food cake. On top of that goes our strawberry layer. Stephen is gonna love this. I mean, who am I kidding? I am too, but. Now we're gonna take that cream cheese mixture and we're gonna put this on top of the strawberry layer. So I don't know how perfect this is gonna be. I'm just gonna do little dollops of it everywhere and then kind of try and spread it out. But we are gonna be covering this with Cool Whip here in a minute, so it doesn't have to be that pretty. At least I don't think it does. Oh, I found some powdered sugar that's still on the bottom. Mix that in. Let me see if I can spread that out just a little bit. Now I have 8 ounces of whipped topping. It has thawed for over a day in the refrigerator. And then we are gonna have some yummy dessert.
Strawberry something cake.
It's your favorite.
It is my favorite.
Yeah.
Angelic strawberry shortcake. Delicious.
Yeah.
Light. A little bit of that whipped cream frothiness in there.
It's also got cream cheese.
What you been doing to my shortcake?
Whatever. You like cream cheese and dessert. I don't want to hear it.
Yeah, no, it's really good. It's fantastic. Sweet, but not too sweet, because I don't like the overpowering sugar taste.
This is a subby sweet. This is from Sheila. So
Sheila did a fantastic job.
I'm excited. I'll have to make this for a church get-together. We have a lot of church get-togethers in the summer. So I think this would be the perfect thing to take.
Strawberries are on point, and there's some kind of little something other in there.
Is it the cream cheese?
I don't know if it's cream. I guess it's just that...
it's the strawberry pie filling.
Strawberry pie filling.
Yeah. So it's got fresh strawberries and the strawberry pie filling together. Yeah, he's happy. Thank you, Sheila, for sharing this one with us.
Yes, thank you. This is probably the best strawberry shortcake I ever had.
He is so happy.
Whatever you want to call it.
Right. He's so happy.
I love it. I mean, it's gone.
There's plenty more in there. It's so good. I love the mixture of the fresh strawberries with the strawberry pie filling. That's perfect. And then that powdered sugar and cream cheese layer adds just that extra creamy, sugary sweetness there. It is so good.
It's really good.
Thank you, Sheila.
Let me know if you plan on making any of these, especially those desserts. So excited. Steven's birthday is coming up this weekend, and he has requested the angel food cake, the strawberry, I call it a strawberry shortcake, but it's really the strawberry angel food cake one. He's requested that for his birthday. So I'm going to be making probably 2 of those because we have a lot of people coming over, a lot of family. And one won't be enough. But let me tell you, that is one of our absolute favorite desserts. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and I will see you next time. Bye, y'all.